This one has the key. Actually, both of them. Which I've never found one with the key before. Kind of an unusual thing. Just kind of dust it off a little bit here. A little dirty. So, yeah. Apparently the guy's name was Chris. And he passed away recently. I talked to his wife and his kids, and his daughter was, doing all the pricing and stuff. So it was a little bit, I don't know. I got there right when they opened and they weren't quite ready yet. But so I offered her $25 for the box, and she seemed thrilled about it. But then said that I had to take everything that was in it as well. So I think that's kind of gives you kind of an idea of the gist of what was going on with this particular situation. Something I run into a lot actually is the idea that people, are kind of in a hurry to sell the house when something like this happens. The reason being is that, in a lot of situations and stuff, the money that's going to be used to purchase the home or the land or whatever, to take care of the people that are left behind, in this case, the gentleman, Chris's wife, who was very nice and quite a lovely woman to talk to. So let's see what we got. It's heavy. I know it's full. The covers here. Hopefully we can see everything that's going on. Let's see. So yes, it does lock. And I'm going to take that key out of there because I don't want to lose it. So let's just kind of dive in, I guess. We've got an empty eyeglass case. Some Stanley L brackets. This looks like an oxygen regulator. It's got missing a lens out of it. Let's zoom this in a little so we can kind of see a little bit better. Chemtron. I don't know, it looks bent, so who knows. Some hinges, possibly stainless. They're not magnetic. Throw that into my stash. A light bulb tester. Homemade, probably. It's kind of seems like something born out of necessity. Grab a towel and wipe this down. It's a lens. It looks like it probably came out of a magnifying glass. Pretty nice, no chips. It's really hot today, so an old jeweler's loop. It's got a little crack in it, but it looks probably pretty usable. I always like those. Let's see. Some kind of pressure tester, but I don't know for what. It looks like you can hook a garden hose to it, but and it's got a dent on the back. So, and here's another one. Looks like a standard hose attachment. Let's kind of get those out of the way. Vasculoy Remet, I don't know how you say that, Corporation, Waukegan, Illinois, the world's finest carbide. And 10-ton cast alloys. It looks like they're tool blanks. 5/8 by 5/8 by 4, 12 of them. Box is kind of cool, vintage box. And it looks like we just have some random parts. That looks like maybe a divider arm. I'm not sure what that is. And then it looks like there's some experiments. Let's see what's in here. Oh, look. Here's a Starrett scribe. Goes on the bottom of some combination squares. Oh, here, let me get some more light in here. There we go. Possibly an arm for a tap and die set. Customized file. Start of a knob, homemade knob. Not sure what that is or what's on it. And there's for a probably for some kind of dial indicator or something. Not sure. Let's see what we got here. Looks like a little pin vise. That's a tiny one. See if I can see. Stare it. Part of a hold down. And yeah, here's some other odds and ends in here. Not all of which I know what they are, but I'm gonna put all that stuff back in there so we don't lose all the small stuff. Set that aside. Let's see. Another key. This, I'm not sure what kind of toolbox or lock that goes to. It's aluminum, though. It's really light. All right. Some more keys. I may, if they're still open tomorrow, I'll probably bring those back because they might be looking for them. This is something that happens a fair amount too. When I go to sales and buy a toolbox, sometimes there's sets of keys in there. It's so rare though that they're ever the key for the actual box. Key tag, put that in that box too. Ball bearing. Let's see. I'm gonna wipe that off. That is a Utica pair of wire cutters. These are kind of nice. I always like that particular brand. They seem to hold up pretty well. And what is this? This is for height gauge. I think that's what you call them. That's what I see them used as. So, and then that. Oh. Let me move this and kind of demo it a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. So kind of an awkward position anyway. Oh, there it is. Oh, lost the knob over there. So yeah, that you can scribe a line if you have a machined flat surface plate that's accurate. You can put your piece on there and make your measurement and then scribe your line in there. That's pretty cool. I usually only see the bases of them around, like, so often these things, like, brushing it off here. So often they just kind of end up not together. And sometimes when you get to a sale, they're, have been split up and other people have taken off with other boxes that have the other parts. So it's kind of nifty to have. And let's see here. Let's get in here a little bit more. See if I can get more light over here. It's kind of a better spot. Let's dig in here a little bit more. Let's see, we've got some sockets. Early Craftsman, made by New Britain Tool. You can usually tell by the hatch marks on the sides. There's a couple of swivels. And, here's an actual New Britain one. Extension. Socket from Taiwan. Throw that in a bucket. Import stuff. These are kind of nice. I like those. My favorite is New Britain Tool stuff. So let's see. BMC Manufacturing Corporation, Binghamton, New York. It's like little screwdrivers. There's 3 of them here, different sizes. This one's been ground on. It's not an uncommon thing to find them ground on or broken. I'll put those back in the box. Here's another New Britain swivel. Stainless stick lubricant door ease. Yeah, this is for like squeaky doors on house. It looks like it's pretty dried out though. Tube's kind of cool though. And it's like 100 degrees in the shop today. Opted to turn the fan off because I want everyone to be able to hear the complaints about the last video. There's a Starrett tool, decimal equivalents, screw threads, and tap drill sizes guide. It's plastic and very brittle. I like that old text though. Let's set that there. Another key, and this is KY50. That's the one for the Spox. Some piece of junk. Here's a. Not 100% sure what this guy is. It's really long. But it looks like it has a piece of tool steel on it. So maybe it's for marking or a higher post for that scribe that I showed earlier. That would be cool. And a random piece of steel with some, was it Dicon on it? Bluing for scribing lines. What else? Scully Jones B&S taper tools. So it's a little slided guide here. It's kind of, I love this kind of stuff, the graphics on them. And a Starrett, really old screw threads and tap drill sizes. Decimal equivalents. That one's pretty beat up. Well loved for sure. And operator's instruction book for a Cincinnati 28-inch series of vertical hydrotel milling machine. That's very cool. I saw no sign of a milling machine there. Oh, that's that's awesome. The scientific shapes. But they said he was a machinist at one point in his life, so I don't know for who or if he did it professionally or locally or what the deal was, but I'm going to adjust here. So that's the contents of the top. And here, let me go back. So here we have top right drawer, some more hold downs and then levels. I'm just going to put them back in the top. Those are pretty cool. They're nice and small. This looks like whatever it was broken. I have a keyway cutter. And it doesn't look chipped or anything, so that's nice. Couple of punches. Center. Some ground on ones. Another one of these. A leather hole punch, or for gaskets. We have a, what is this? Starrett double depth of sharp thread. It's a thread gauge, I believe. That's what these are called. I have another one. Let me check. Oh, it's the center gauge is officially what they're called. So here's one in the package. Came out of another set. I have not used those. So my experience with them is limited. Tiny broken center drill bit. Some lube. Oh, that's for fishing. Reel lube. Some points for a Starrett ruler. There's 3 of them, maybe more. I don't know. A bit, or what do they call those? I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, like die grinder and another leather punch. A brass center punch made in Taiwan. I used to have one of these brass ones, but just like this, but it only worked like a few times and then stopped. The spring kept messing up. So yeah, a bit. More bits. A few more bits, not really anything interesting. Micrometer wrench. I don't know if it doesn't say a brand on it, but some more bits, a tiny file, some more machinist indicators, some random screws. Oh. Let's get this over a little bit more even. So I don't know how precise this is, but it might be some kind of shim, or you would put it under a piece that you're going to mill. Some riser block, some beat up tool steel, light bulb, Tums, Proto Los Angeles center punch. It's been sharpened several times. A very thick 6-inch ruler, no maker mark on it. Has been ground on, so might have been part of another one. Part of a machinist toolmaker square. The blade is missing, but from the pattern, it looks like a Starrett. Little file, adjustment wrench or spanner for some kind of tool. That's part of some kind of measuring gauge. It says Starrett on it, but the blade again is missing, but it might be in one of the other drawers. There's another bit and a sharpening stone. It's got something soldered on the back. I'm not sure why. And then a squished souvenir penny. It's too small for me to read it. And that's drawer number 2. Drawer number 3. A foam protector, probably for that light bulb earlier. Here's a piece of a ruler. Kind of looks to be the same. Like maybe he cut a ruler in half. Not sure. Some bulbs. A Starrett number 231 micrometer. 64ths. That's kind of nice. Set that over here. And here's another one. Starrett 1 inch number 436, 1 to 2 inch. And yeah, that's 1/64, it says. Very cool. Piece of random tool steel, possibly. Another micrometer wrench. Another scribe from a combination square. It's an early scribe. I like those. I have like 5 or 6 of them. 1 inch Lufkin. It's probably used to measure holes, I would guess. I don't have any experience with these either, but there's 2 exactly the same. They look like they're precision ground. And that's the end of that drawer. So I'm going to scoot this over. Let's see if we can. Look in the other drawers. Let's see, we got some gap gauges, some Lufkin number 109T gauges as well. See, Baldwin ones. These ones look pretty beat up, but well loved. And some dividers. Starrett with a pencil electrical tape to it, so it's all sticky. That's funny. Some more Starrett dividers. Some little baby ones. Also Starrett. This guy really liked Starrett stuff. Here's another set. Lufkins. See if I can read that. It doesn't have a model number on it, but they're very tiny. Cool stuff. And 0.15 10,000ths, I think. Some more Starrett dividers. Magnetic Inspection Company pencil. Glendale, California. New old stock pencil. Another leather punch. Some looks like bearings, I guess. Oh, this is kind of cool. This looks almost handmade. Forged or something. Very nifty. I like that a lot, actually. Nice and springy. That's kind of the end. There's a little grit in the bottom, but I already looked in that one. Let's look in this one. See, I've got part of it. Excuse me, a combination square, but it's been ground off. But I guess that still probably works. Not. And we've got what? This is brown and sharp. It's an odd one. It's got a lot of different things going on here, but they're both there, so cool. Oh, a little magnet. Those things kind of drive me crazy to store, honestly. We've got some more parts. Some. Oh, what is this? How do these? Oh, there we go. So I got. What is there? I don't know what to call this, really. I mean, it's another homemade knob. This one's more finished, though, than the other one. The other one is not. Got a dial indicator. Randall and Stickney, Waltham, Massachusetts. It's pretty nice. It's got some nice action on it. Let's get this zeroed. It's not zeroing out each time, but I could send that off and have it redone. It's heavy, very heavy. And I'm assuming this is a machinist jack. It's very small. Possibly homemade, but I don't know for sure. No maker's stamp. It's another knob. That's it for that one. We're down to the last two. What do we got? Let's see here. Oh, part of a combination square. These are made by Union. I have like 6 of them. They're not my favorite. They're okay though. I like there's this generation or two earlier than this that I really like, and almost as a daily user when I use watch repair kit, Miller's Falls, angle, and I bet you could use these as a depth indicator too, but on the other side there's, I don't know if you can see that, there's angles on there as well. This one has the ruler though. Let's see. The LS Starrett Company combo. The spirit level works. Everything appears to be there. It looks like it probably just needs to be cleaned up, lubricated, and be put back into service. Here's a Starrett hardened. Let's see if I can get that. There it is. Very nice. Some parallel clamps. No manufacturer's name, but he did initial them. So they don't look homemade, but I don't know. Honestly, most of the time they have a manufacturer name on them. Random junk tool. Pressed steel wrench. Let's see. Orange Tool Company, Orange, Massachusetts. That's that Union. Goes with that Union one. Sometimes they say Union, sometimes they say Orange, sometimes they say both. Here's for that other combination square, Starrett, hardened. Very nice. So now we have a Starrett 12-inch rule to go with the combo, and one that's 18 inches, but looks like it may have been cut off. I believe that they came in 24. I don't know that they came in 18, but an 18 would be nice to have since I have a 24. I've got a couple more pencils, some more pressed steel junk. We've got some electric motor points. Those will be handy. Nothing in that. Another pencil, drill bit. And let's see what we got in here. We've got German-made precision steel, not specific. Got a Dunlap. Could have been made by anybody for Sears. It's a budget brand. And then we've got probably here we've got a Lufkin one, which goes in the envelope that we found. And down to the last drawer, got a wooden handled screwdriver. It's pretty nice. And then it looks like mostly just tool steel, maybe a couple of shims that seem to be homemade, but everything seems to be used tool steel. And for beer and cans, Canco keg lined. For opening Pabst tab cans. So in the early days, they didn't have those pull tabs or whatever you call the even newer ones. You had to open them by poking a hole and then an air hole on the other side. Let's see, Fortress lock, and then homemade clamp of some sort, probably for, I would guess, for some kind of measuring tools. Looks like it's custom, so he probably made it for a specific reason. But that's just my speculation. And that's it. And let me quick snap this off here. If I can. Fine, there it is. So the Kennedy logo. The Kennedy logo is still pretty intact. The box itself has no dents. It's got a leather handle. And then let's close it. It's got the cover. All in all, it's a pretty nice box. It's got some dents in it, but let's see. Yeah, a little bit on the cover, but that's okay. All right. that's it. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.